Welcome to part 48. Here's where we left off, and in this video I try to finish that MIDI plug, or it's sync. Okay, so that's an object, so I think I'm not gonna smooth it. So we have to get the rough shape here done. Let's create a polygon cylinder first. Let's give it a bit more subdivision, so we are not smoothing it later, so we just put in a little more detail now. So let's try something like, let me type in 40, and then go to the top view, hit F to frame in on that, and then let me turn off the background image just to check out the appropriate size. So okay, so I'm looking here at that black thing in the background, so get the almost the right size. So yeah, let's just dial in here 0.625. Yeah, that looks, overall size looks good now. Can go in here, face mode, and select the top and bottom faces and delete them. And now let me go to object mode. Let me turn on the grid, and then I'm turning off that background image, and then hold down X and middle mouse to grid snap it to the center of the grid. And if we take a closer look here on one of those images, so this is definitely a kind of cylinder here, and then I will extrude out some box shape then, and we also, of course, we have to get the shape here of that, I don't know the name for it. So let's do that first. So hit Alt H to hide everything else in the scene, go to the top view, hit F to frame in on that, and then let's select some faces here, maybe check it out here. That's a fairly wide opening there. So let's delete those and select the two edges here, and Control E to extrude, then W, and then move them in. Yeah, it's a little bit too wide, but I'm going to scale it down. Okay, check that image. And then say, with those edges still selected, to do a bridge. Do the bridge. Check out the top view, go to vertex mode, select all those vertices, hit R to scale. And then I just scale it in a bit more, and then check out that image. Okay. So now let's go in here to the top edge, select that, and again hit Control E to do an extrusion. So then move it here, and give it maybe 2 divisions. Should be good enough. And then let's because we are not smoothing it later, so let's just give it select that top edge loop here. So double click on that. And then shift select, all the four that, those corner things. Also hit 4 to go to wireframe so that you can see a little bit better what I selected. Hit 5 to go back to shaded mode. And then we do a bevel. Let's increase the fraction to 0.1. Oh, put it to 1. That's too high. That's 0.5. Object mode. Alt 5. Yeah. Okay, I think I can live with this for now. Let me just check something here on the mesh display and use a soft and hardened edge. Yeah. I know it's kind of ugly here, but nobody's gonna see it besides me. Okay, so spending more time than I thought for this. So we need to get those things here in place. So let's create another cylinder. Scale it down, obviously. So the top view. Check that image first. Something like that, and then let's lower the... Oh, because we are not going to smooth it, so let's just leave it with 20. Even that is a little bit too much, but I don't care. So again, let's delete the top bottom faces. Let's move it up in Y. Let's bring the pivot, press DV, middle mouse, snap that pivot there, move it, V, snap it here to the top Y level of that cylinder. And then we have to reverse the normals. Reverse. And then let me just hit Alt H to only see that little thingy here. And let's go in here, select the 2 or 4 faces here. Like I said, we're not going to smooth it later, only using bevel then. So we can go in here, select 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, hit Control E to extrude, hit W, and then R to scale. So that worked out. Yeah, so let's just now with those edges like do the bridge. So it worked on that one side, so let's select go to edge mode, select the 2 edges, do another bridge. And then we go up here to the top. And then we do another Control E, another extrusion. That should be enough. Like I said, we're not going to smooth it. So go here to that upper edge loop, and then we're doing a bevel. So set the fraction to 0.2. Not UVs. And again, so let's do that mesh display, soften, harden edge. So you could go in later and tweak the normals, but so this is just, let me show all. And select the 2 objects here, Alt H. I mean, I think nobody's gonna look at that. Hopefully not. So Alt 5, get back the wireframe unshaded. Real quick check one of those images here. So that I think that cylinder here is a little bit too large, but I'll leave it. Excuse me, guys. So let me center the pivot and then move it here. Go to the top view. Hit Control D to make a duplicate. So I was constantly thinking about tweaking that guy. I know. So just bring it roughly to where it is on that image. So and then hit Control D, do another one. Could have just pressed Shift and moved it, but yep. I don't want to. I only want to move it here in where is it? Z. Okay, so select those two. Hit Control G to create a group, and with that group selected, hit Control D, and then R to scale, and then -1 and X. Okay. And now let's just select all objects, say combine, and then let's try double click here on that edge loop and say fill hole mesh. Fill hole, okay, so of course that worked, but let me undo that. So let me undo the combining. So I look down here, undo combine polygons. Let's select all of those and then only combine those. And then we're selecting the cylinder here, double click on that border edge loop, edit mesh, no mesh, fill hole, and then we select that, those pieces, and then shift select the cylinder, and then I try a boolean here, modeling toolkit, and do the boolean, and I set it to intersection, no, slice. Difference. Hole punch, I tried, I'm do a union, okay, so that doesn't help. I know there's a way. Yeah, because of I know it sits right on top of each other, so let me just undo the boolean first. And it is intersecting, so that's just delete that face. So what happens when we let me just do so. I'm just testing, so shift double click on all those border edges here, and then let me hit Control E to do an extrusion, and do just one extrusion slightly up, and then hit Q, go to object mode, and then let me just first recreate that fill hole here. So then let's go to object mode, select that object, and then let's just move it so that it really intersects. So and then shift them. I think it's always a good idea to delete the history before doing booleans. So I select the those objects, shift select that one, and then let's give that boolean another try. Okay, so now it's only a matter of intersection here. So I just clicked it here on intersection. That worked out as far as I can see it. So let me just go to the side view and go to vertex. First of all, after doing a boolean, so let's select the same with the deformer, so let's delete the history so that we get rid of the boolean operation. And then I want to I'm gonna leave it like it is. That's what I want. So I'm sorry, guys. I gotta be honest. I don't like it to be kind of sloppy and do things, but in this case, so nobody's gonna see that piece of geometry later on. That's what I think. So there's only one way making it right, but in this case it doesn't make sense to spend more time than I already did for this piece of geometry. But in the end, I think if I hit Alt 5, yeah, we're having those hard edges up here, but why not giving, so of course it's not selecting the whole edge loop. It's just okay. So I got an idea. So let me just go down here, double click on all those bottom edge loops. So at 4, so we only have those bottom edge loops selected. And then I hit Shift and greater than to extract grow the selection. So that's how it's called. And I do it Shift grow selection one more, grow selection one more. Five back to shaded mode. And now I'm gonna under select, where is it? Select convert selection. So from edges to faces. So just Control F11 would do the trick. So I just scroll the selection once more. Shift greater than. Sometimes I'm just stupid. So hit W to move the selection, and then move the pivot of the selection to so D, V, middle mouse to that Y level, and then I try to move that whole selection up, and V middle mouse snap it here. So we have overlapping faces, but I hope when I go in here to vertex and then take the lasso tool. Yeehaw! I have a lasso. So and then select all those vertices and say merge. And then I'm gonna lower that threshold to again something like 001. Should have merged all the vertices where those faces were overlapping, and now could go in and select those those vertices here and move them down to the bottom of that thing, V middle mouse snap, and then let's select that object, and again let's give it on a mesh display the soft and hard and edge thing. Yeah, so it's not getting better than that. So I'm not happy with it, but I leave it like it is for now. So I might go in later off camera and build that thing more detailed, but for now, so I spent over 20 minutes for this thing. Sorry guys, but I'm gonna pause this video and I'll be back at the next one, and then we're getting closer to finish the whole project.